Welcome back and happy Saturday morning to you. It's actually Friday evening for me, but it's a good time to do the video just because it's when I got a little bit of time. Long story short, came home today, had a FedEx package, so it's got to be PSA, and it was. This is for Paul. We sent this out early June, I believe, so it's been about 3 months. PSA has been a little bit slower than it has been in the past, like 12 months, I guess, but still nothing too bad. But we're going to go through this one. A couple things. I think you guys will enjoy this one. There's CSG slabs, there's HGA slabs, there's RCG and BGS slabs. So I know you guys really enjoy the crossovers. And I'm also going to do the Google slide deck presentation again. So a couple videos back, I did one where I showed you guys all the inspection notes. I showed you guys pictures of all the flaws. I got really good feedback from that one. On top of that, I got a lot of requests to do it again, which is great. And part of the reason I'm doing it too is that I get a lot of messages on Instagram every single day just asking me like, what do you think this car is going to grade? What do you think? Do you think you can get this out? Stuff like that. So I'm hoping to show you guys a little bit more information on what I look at and some of the flaws that are able to come out, whether it's scratches, boogers, whatever it may be, right? So you guys get to see all the notes that I input, that I share with the owners of the cars before they ultimately decide what they want to do with it based on what they see and what my notes are. So that's always fun, and you know, not profit, but I try to get as close as I can, just based on the years of grading cards and collecting all the data on every grade that comes back, trying to look for the flaws so I can determine certain things. So hope this is beneficial to you. Thanks again for messaging me. Like I said, I answer everybody, so you're welcome to at any point. But yeah, let's turn this thing around, see what we got. Okay guys, so we're going to get right into this one. Once again, we're going to go through the inspection notes and the grade guess, I would say. And hopefully with the pictures and the notes, you guys can kind of like start seeing what it is that I'm looking at. Ideally what PSA might be looking at. Granted, it's not always accurate just because everything's subjective, but what I do is I try to get as close as possible based on that. So first card here looks like it's going to be a 2001 Albert Pujols Bowman Gold Rookie, number 264. So on the card itself, my notes say, I'll pull this up, and I'll pull this up on the screen so you guys can see the notes and the pictures as well. But centering says top to bottom 60-40, left to right 60-40. Surface, top right region has a white dot. Please see pics. Corners says front bottom right corner and back bottom right corner both show wear. Edges were clean. So my guess was a 50-50 PSA 7 or 8. Could go either way, mainly because centering is off both top to bottom and left to right, in combination with two corners showing wear and the white dot on the actual surface itself. So either way, it was probably going to be near mint, was my guess. But okay, we got a PSA 7. So hope that kind of helps. Like, you know, you add things together and you kind of take a stab at it based on what you see, and normally that's get pretty darn close. Second card coming up looks like it's a 2006 Topps Mickey Mantle Target Box Set Relic. This is, I believe, the same picture they used on the 52 rookie. So this one, the notes say, all right, for centering, 55-45 top to bottom, 55-45 left to right. Corners, back top right slightly rounded, top front left slightly rounded as well. Edges, minor back bottom edge wear. Surface was clean. My guess was likely a PSA 9 with a chance at a 10. Once again, it's subjective, and you know, if you've seen enough cards, sometimes they do fall right in between. That's where that nice BGS 9.5 comes in, but PSA 10 doesn't have half grade, so my guess more likely a 9 just because of the combination of stuff, but it does have a chance at a 10. Got a 9. All right. So next card we're going to go to, looks like it's another mantle, so I'll pull that up. Okay, this one's a 07 Topps Mickey Mantle, same thing, has a relic on it. Centering 60-40 top to bottom, 52-48 left to right. Corners itself, top front right corner shows minor wear, back bottom right has minor rounding. Edges rough cut, but overall was pretty good. Surface was clean. My guess was higher chance of an 8 than a 9, but it's still a possibility. And we got an 8. Okay. Next card, looks like it's another mantle, so I'm going to scroll here and see where it is on my sheet. Not this one. All right, this one. Okay, so This one was a 2007 as well. Slightly different picture. I believe this was a Target box set as well with a piece of the jersey. Centering was 55-45 top to bottom, 55-45 left to right. Corners top front right appears to be pressed. Bottom front left wear, back top left wear, back top right wear. So multiple corners. Edges itself, front, bottom left wear, and surface was clean. My guess was near mint. It was either going to be a 7 or 8. Oh, shoot, and this one got an 8 on this one, so that's good. All right. Next card, it looks like it's a Nolan Arenado, so we'll scroll down to that slide. Find it on my page. Where are you, Nolan? Sorry about the lapse here. There it is. Okay, so we're going to take a look here. All right, so the Nolan Arenado centering was 50-50 on all sides. Corners minor rounding on a back top left. Edges were clean. Surface had a 1/2 inch print line. See picture. My guess is an 8 or 9, but if they catch the print line, it's probably going to be an 8. If they don't, we're looking at a 9 based on just that information, and we got a PSA 8. Okay. Next card looks like it's a Mookie Betts. There's a couple of these, so I'm not sure which one it is. It's probably if we're going in order here, I imagine it's the logo fractor, so we'll go through this one. All right. So for this one, the centering was 55-45 left to right. I didn't put anything from top to bottom, so it's probably 50-50. Corners were sharp, edges were clean. Surface had a minor imperfection. I believe it was a print line, but my guess was it should be a high shot at a PSA 10 based on that. I say that because corners are sharp, edges are clean, and PSA is kind of notorious for that. Those two criteria actually being a little more strict. I also said maybe even a small shot at a BGS 10. I don't really see a whole lot on this card that is negative to think differently. So we'll take a look. Oop, and we got a 9. So this does happen, guys. And a lot of it is going back to see what's going on with the card. But I don't think I'll really find anything different. So we'll take a look at that and we'll see what happened. Next card we have is, looks like a Brian De La Cruz. I'm going to go through here and find that slide. We'll go through the notes for you as well. Okay, so this one is a 2022 Topps Finest Flashbacks Brian De La Cruz, numbered 11 of 25. So I believe it's a black refractor. But centering on this one was 52-48 top to bottom, 50-50 left to right. Corners were clean, edges were clean. Surface had 2 scratches on the front itself. Please see pictures. I circled them here for you. My guess is that if these should come out, I mean the scratches, and PSA 10 if they do. And they did come out, I believe. So I'm going to go down. Scratches removed, high probability of PSA 10 is my opinion on this one, but we just saw what happened with the Mookie. But this one, we got a 10. So nice. And that's just the way it happens sometimes. Next card looks like it's going to be the Paul Goldschmidt. All right, here we go. This is a 2023 Top Silver Pack Paul Goldschmidt green refractor, number 63 of 99. Notes just say centering was 50-50 all sides, corners clean, edges clean, surface clean. Guess PSA 10, shot at BGS 10. Now I'm a little bit nervous just because of the Mookie itself. I thought I had a shot at it, but you know, I'm going to take a look. Got a PSA 10 on this one. Cool. Next card looks like it's a Jimmy Butler, so I believe there's only one basketball card. Here it is. Oh, that's right, the gold. So this one is a 2021-2022 Panini Select Jimmy Butler Gold Relic, number 7 of 10. Beautiful card. Centering 52-48 top to bottom, 50-50 left to right itself. Corners, 3 back corners have wear. Please see pictures on that one. Edges were clean, surface was clean as well. My guess was near mint. That's all I put. So guess is near mint, and we got a near mint 7. So 3 corners, thicker card. You're going to toss up between that 7 and 8, but I've also seen stuff like this get 9. So that's the hard part. Sometimes it's the subjectivity of things, but at the end of the day, and when you can see the flaws, you're okay with what it comes back at just because you have a general idea. Next card coming up, this was a crack. This was actually a BGS, I believe. Looks like the Mookie Betts Finest Flashbacks. I remember this one. Numbered to 25. This was a BGS 7.5. So we were hoping for a grade bump. Surface centering was 10, corners was 9.5, edges was 9.5, and surface was 6.5. So I believe we took a gamble with it, but let me pull this up. Let me find it first. Here it is. All right, so notes said, it's 1.5 to crack to C. I can't tell through the slab itself. Corners, edges, and centering, I agree with. With the subgrades, I'm thinking that's what I was referring to. I don't see any dimples or creases through the slab nor print lines. Let me know and I'll crack and inspect. So this is a good point because I know a lot of times with the crossovers, people think it's very biased, but it's not. If you've ever seen a Beckett slab, it's number one, not the clearest case in the world. Second, there's a sleeve in front of it too. So sometimes it's hard to really determine if it's something that's part of the card or the slab itself. So that's the reason I think most people do crack. That's why I'd crack a BGS slab before I send it to PSA. It's not because I think they're biased. It's because PSA with that liability, like if they just, and most people when you're crossing, you put a min grade requirement. If they can't tell without a doubt that it's going to be a 10 or whatever your grade requirement is, they're not going to crack it. They're going to send it back to you as they don't know. So that's one of those things to help kind of like, I won't never kill the rumors, but the thought that, companies are biased and stuff like that. But either way, getting back to this one, so I had to crack it to inspect. Paul said, let's crack it. I said, card from the front looks good. Backside after cracking, you can see where BGS would crush the surface. There's 2 vertical questionable, either indents or creases, but they aren't indents or creases, which I know makes 0 sense. But we'll give it a round in the humidor, see if we can improve. It, but this will range from excellent to near mint because of that. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but we'll see. It's really hard. Even in this slab, it's hard to see. But I remember there was two lines on the backside. They weren't print lines. They weren't creases, but they looked like they could be creases and they looked like they could be indents. But I don't think they were either. It's just the way the card was made. But I think that's why Beckett crushed it, because outside of that, the card was super clean. But this was originally a BGS 7.5, but after looking at this one, I said it could be excellent, which is a lower grade, 2 near mint itself, which could be up to an 8. So we got a 6. We got the excellent short end of the stick, so we did not win on that one. It's a shame. Okay, moving on to the next card itself. And that's to show sometimes that when you crack slabs, it's not always a win. Different companies have different subjectivity, and with PSA having their eye appeal factor, you can see why we probably ultimately could leave that card in the BGS slab, and it'd be better obviously with a higher grade. But at the end of the day, I think between the 6 and 7.5, it's really the same thing. Obviously the number's different, but you know what I mean. All right, next card we have looks like it's a Wander Franco. So obviously you guys all know the news. We'll see if that man ever plays baseball again, but we're going to crack this out, or we're going to take a look at this one. This one is originally a BGS 9. It had a 9 for centering, 10 for corners, 10 for edges, 8.5 for surfaces, or surface. So on my notes it said, I can't see any surface imperfections through the slab. BGS has a sleeve on each card, so the light doesn't reflect well enough to determine minor surface issues. Let me know if you want me to crack it. And he said, sure, let's crack it. Or yes, let's crack it. And I said, cracked it to a 2-inch vertical scratch on front, which I did remove. Backside also had some weird gunk, like a smashed booger smeared across. Cleaned it up as well. I like the chances. 75% chance of getting a PSA 10 on this one. And we got a PSA 10 on this one. So that's good. Next card looks like a Pete Alonso. There was a couple of them, so let me make sure it's the right one. Here we go. All right, so this one, I don't have the slab. This was an RCG card. So RCG, if you guys have ever had the slabs, the grade itself or the label is actually printed onto the slab itself. And having sharp plastic things just laying around the house with the kid is just not responsible. So I don't have that anymore, but here's the photo. And the notes just say, same thing, I can't tell on the surface through the slab, but I don't see print lines or dimples, so I assume it's just scratches. Centering is within PSA 10 standards. Corners and edges are clean. Let me know if you want me to crack and try to clean it up. And Paul replies with, yes, sir, let's crack it. And My notes after that said, a couple small scratches were visible after the cracking, removed one of the two. The second is very faint and likely not to be noticed, but even with that, I noticed it, so I say 50-50 chance for your PSA 10. And we got a PSA 10, so sweet. Next card is a Justin Jefferson. This was also in a RCG slab. This was originally an RCG 10. So my notes on this one said, this one exhibits two corners that have minor wear. Could be pressed out with Kurt's tool since it's not paper loss. I can't see the surface through the slab. Edges look okay as well. Let me know what you'd like me to do on this one. Paul responds with, I'm willing to take the chance if you think there's a chance of getting a PSA 10. I'm open to doing whatever you need to do on this card. I know it's a bit of a challenge and a lot of work, but I really do appreciate it. If you think you could do it, I would love to get it done. Thanks, buddy. And I responded with, well, I cracked it, obviously. But I said, corners cleaned up nice. Surface has one pinhole dimple in the front that technically wouldn't rule it out as a PSA 10, so 50-50 on that. He said, let's grade, so let's take a look. And we got a 10. So not all is lost, just because sometimes things don't look good the first time around, but we did that. Next card was another RCG slab, so quite a bit of crossovers on this one. This was a 2021 Topps Chrome Black Miguel Cabrera red refractor. It's numbered 1 of 5. It was RCG 9.5. So notes just say, through the slab, this one looks like it could cross to a PSA 10. He just said, let's do it. So cracked it out, very minor surface blemish that shouldn't hinder this from getting a 10. So he said, okay, let's grade it, and we got a PSA 10. Sweet. Okay. Next one was looks like 2020 Topps Chrome number 100 Mookie Betts Prism Refractor. This was a CSG 9, no subgrades, so you really didn't know what was wrong with it until you cracked it out. So notes, once again, can't see anything through the slab that warrants a 9. I could crack it if you'd like. He said, yes, please, thank you. I put cracked, cleaned up surface, one small print line that blends in well with the design itself, so 50-50. PSA 10. Boo, PSA 10. So that's a nice win over there. Next card looks like a Shohei. So this one was a HGA 9.5, had 9.5, well, quad 9.5. So corner, surface, edges, centering were all gem in their standards. My notes just say looks good through the slab. Could be a good crossover to PSA 10. He said, okay, let's go. Fingers crossed. Emoji, 75% chance PSA 10. After I cracked it, I didn't have much to say. I know there was a back dimple. But usually they're a lot more lenient on the back, and pinhole dimples really haven't affected a lot of the grades most of the time. So hopefully, and we got a PSA 10. Sweet. Next card is a raw card, so I'm going to find it. Looks like it's a Ronald Acuna. I think it's the same best performers, just like the Shohei, same year. The back looks the same, so I'm going to assume that, but let me find it on my notes. Oh, there we go. All right, so for this particular card, 2018 Bowman's Best Ronald Acuna Jr. Best Performers. Centering was 55-45 top to bottom, 50-50 left to right. Corners were perfect, edges were perfect. Surface, minor horizontal scuff, should be able to clean it right up. Here's the picture for that one as well. Guess was a high chance of a PSA 10. So we got, looks like we're stuck with something. We got a PSA 10. Nice. It's always pleasant when you get that. Next card, and I hope these notes help, guys. Like, you know, that's really the key. If you're sitting around waiting for or looking for a perfect card, it's very unlikely you're going to sit there and find a perfect card. Otherwise, you'd send it off to BGS. Most of these cards will have flaws. Most PSA 10s will have flaws. So, with that being said, I'm still trying to find the slide for this next card, which looks like it's a Rafael Devers. All right, here we go. It's a 2018 Topps Inception Rafael Devers patch auto rookie number 67 of 99. Beautiful patch. You guys can see the picture right there. Centering was 58-42 top to bottom as well as left to right. So, you know, give or take 60-40 is the PSA threshold. But I hear rumors that they're being more strict about it. But who really knows? They haven't announced it. So corners, minor wear on both front and top corners. Wear on 3 of the 4 back corners. So there's, if you count it like that, there's basically 5 corners that show wear. Edges were clean, surface was clean. My guess, 25% shot at a 9. The wear on the corners is minor, but it would prevent it from getting a gem. 5 of the 8 corners show wear, giving it a higher probability of an 8. So we got a PSA 8. All right. Next one is a Julio Rodriguez. I believe that's on a different slide, so let me pull that one up. So some of these weren't all here at the same time. And speaking of Julio Rodriguez, he is playing lights out, man. Second half of the season. Well, he waited till July this year. Last year he waited till June, but the kid's been crushing it. And I'm here in Seattle, so I'm not mad about it at all. Let's see, where is it? J. Albert Paul. Here it is. It's probably this one. Dispatch. Only a couple cards on this one. Okay, so here it is. J. Rod. So it says, this one, the notes say, oh, it's a 2022 Top Stadium Club Chrome Julio Rodriguez Beam Team card. Clean front, back has a lot of little minor scratches. Clean what was possible, could potentially affect the grade, but I've also seen a lot of Panini products with horrible lines on the back get gems. It's a dice roll, but front is super clean. Should get a PSA 10. Here's the notes, and here's the pictures. You see there's lines, there's thumbprints. I think it's a thumb at least. But, you know, those you don't leave on the card. There's been so many videos of people saying you should leave everything. That's ridiculous. Like, you send in your thumbprint cards, but we're not going to do it, at least not with me. So, anyways, should get a PSA 10. He said, good deal. Let's send it in. And we got, boom, PSA 10. So, you know, if I left the thumbprint on, we probably wouldn't get that. Next card is a Shohei Ohtani. So that's back on the other slide. We'll go there. Which one is this one? Oh, this one was a previous PSA 9. So there were no notes on this. We just thought we'd crack it and try to resub to see if we can get a 10 out of it. I cracked it. I really couldn't see anything either. Last time we got a 9, but there's got to be something on the card if we get a 9 again. But let's take a look. It's always 50-50. And we got a 9 again. Sorry about that, Paul. Rolled the dice and blanked on that one. Last card here is a 2019 Topps Chrome Update Austin Riley debut rookie number 61. This one, it had 2 scratches. Those should come right out. I'll update shortly, and I never did, but we ended up grading it anyway. You see the pictures right over there. I think I probably just talked to you about this, Paul, but we graded it, and we got a PSA 10 out of it. So scratches are gone. The card looks beautiful. It's gem mint. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And once again, I know it was a little bit longer, but I hope the details kind of help you guys out. And not all hope is lost if you have a card that has a smudge, has a booger on the back, or has little scratches on the front, or even corner wear. Like, corner dings are not horrible if you don't have paper loss. It's not the end of the world. If you have paper loss, there's nothing you can do. Like, just like you can't do anything with bad centering, there's nothing you can do to fix that kind of stuff. So shop wisely. Happy to answer any more questions you guys have. Feel free to continue flooding my DMs. I do get back to every single person pretty quickly, I guess. So happy to see how I can help you guys, and happy grading, happy collecting, and I will catch you guys again soon. And thank you once again, Paul, for just like trusting me with these cards, and hopefully you're happy with these results. I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.